Alright guys, welcome back. So I went to locals yesterday and I got top 8. There was 5 runs of Swiss and Top Cup. There was a bit there's an unfortunate scenario that happened that kinda like I guess contributed to me doing so not so great, because I ended up going X2 in lunchtime, which is after round 2, you get lunch break. So we have a 3v3 going on, and I was like, okay, maybe I can get my match done with in lunchtime, even though we don't have the same amount of time limit that we're meant to be having, which is 40 minutes. We're 30 minutes, so 10 minutes less. But I was like, on the nature of the deck, I think I should be able to get this over and done with pretty fast, right? So we ended up playing, and then we ended up carrying over to round 3, Swiss rounds, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a game loss. So I was rushing to finish up the 3v3 game match, that I was doing some misplays, like, oh my god, after the fact, I was like, oh, I should have done this, oh my god, because I was like, the time pressure was a bit much. I was like, oh my god. So then I ended up losing that match, and then on top of that, I get a game loss in round 3. I start off, I go first, and then his hand was just way too broken. I was going against Sky Striker, then the new list at top OTS, where it's like go second, Mystic Mine, like Offering to the Doom, and like all those like go second cards basically. So his hand was busted. He had Mystic Mine, Anchor, Droplet Ray. I was like, oh okay, well I don't want to do that. I can't really do much about that. So I ended up losing that one, and then I can't remember who else I lost to. I'll put a note post editing, so because at the moment I can't remember what it was. But anyways, I ended up making top cut. I was like the best X2, I think, one of the best X2s, high X2s. So then I ended up squeezing in. So then I get paired up versus Prank Kids, freaking Yaten. And how many times is it gonna take for me to lose in timers Prank Kids so I can just start playing that damn the Dogwood card to just gain life points? It was so annoying. It was, oh my god. So game 1, I mess up. He opens up Imperm Nip. I play through it. I try to do an anime style comeback. I was like, okay, I can play it safe and on Herald, and something else, and pass, right? Like that was the intent. I was like, I can do that, but then if he has Adventure and a Kid, it runs over. So I have to try to get a Baron with the Herald. But I should have just gone for the Herald, because I ended up just trying like draw off Librarian and Chaos Ruler Mills, hopefully mill the Destrudo so I can just guarantee game. But it didn't work out. So he ended up just doing his Prank Kid stuff, because all his hand was just Prank Kids. And if I just went for the Herald play, I would just negate the float and it'd be over. I'll just OT game next turn. So game 3, I do my full board. You can't stop it. Okay. And then game 1 took quite a while. So like by the time we finished game 2, he's like, okay, I'll scoop. Time to scoop. It was like for less than 4 minutes in the clock. I was like, okay, well I think I just lose now. Because if I don't draw Gamma or draw or any form of interaction to stop the Prank Kids from floating, then I lose. You know, so I was okay. Well, I draw my hand. I draw Trail. I draw what else? I can't remember. I draw. But my fifth card is a stupid ant. Oh my god, the stupid ant is always gonna be there. It's just so annoying, man. So I right away, okay, I scoop. I know hand traps. I can't stop the burn. So that was the end of the run. But anyways, the deck did pretty well, because given the circumstance of playing Master Duel all week, thinking I have Jet Synchron in my deck, but I don't. It was kind of messing with me for a bit. I was like, oh my god, I don't have Jet Synchron. I have to uncondition myself. But anyways, let's get into the deck. So let's go. This ratio is not gonna change. You're gonna play triple Stardust Synchron, triple Junk Synchron. Like this always comes up. Like, and anything less, it just feels kind of weird. You're always gonna miss a copy of it, and I just feel like it just comes up. Like for the Excel client, the Excel level module, or just for the sense of being able to use Illumination, because that's kind of weird sometimes. Because sometimes you open up Illumination, and you already like sent Trail somehow, or like you need to not send another Stardust because you need the Stardust in the deck so you can later on level module. It's really weird. For those of you that play the deck, you'll understand what I mean. Like you'll be like, okay, yeah, there's those times where you do need to do that. 2 Caligo. This was 3 at the beginning of the day, but then last minute I made some changes, which I should not have done. I don't think I should have done it, but that's what happens. You know, that's what happens. Triple Doppel Warrior. This card's amazing. The rarity bump is, I was expecting something better, but like Ultra's not bad. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the ultras. I think I'll just keep using my supers because like I don't know. But maybe, well, I might change my mind. I don't know. Double wars amazing. Just post and be replaced. Just let you chain block with the overtake, which is really nice. Junk converter. Discard itself any tuner. Add a synchro from your deck to your hand, which is nice. Synchro summon with it. You can reborn a tuner. That's pretty cool. That comes up a lot when you synchro with overtake, and it just prompts a response on the junk summon, which makes Caligo better because it punishes premature responses, which is really nice. Just a comfy. It's just basically Caligo for Stardust Synchron. It allows you to go like summon your Stardust Synchron, search illumination, so you don't have to like prematurely tribute and then not be able to trigger trail later. You know, that's kind of annoying. So like you go summon this, search illumination, special this, go speeder. If they interact with speeder, right? Then you go, okay, tribute to speeder, special this, trigger doppel, and do the Excel play. So that's your second play, right? Which is really nice. I really like that. Like it's just really cool. And then like it's a cool thing to be able to go summon junk, right? They negate it. Okay, well, if you don't have doppel, then you have this because you can tribute the junk synchron, special the Stardust Synchron, special this, go speeder. So that's your 2 attempts. So they have to have 2 or 3 hand traps to try to stop your push, which is what I liked about this. And mid combo, it comes up with really niche like level I guess manipulation because like sometimes you need to make a shaman, make a marcher, make a baron, you know, like little things like that. It comes up. Then of course you have your Dawnwalker package. This card's just it's good. Like this and Destrudo is amazing. And of course this stupid card, I don't like this card at all. It just I keep drawing it. It's just annoying. Like I just want to be able to have something like this without this. Like oh my god, but it's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is really good starter. It lets you get your combo going. Mare, and of course your Destrudo. I'm thinking of playing Dragon Shrine for this because this play comes up way too often, where you open these two, like you open these two together, and to be able to have this more consistently, you want to play this because it's more Destrudo copies basically. So what you do is you discard this, right? Go like this, and then special your ant, trigger Destrudo, copying this, make it level 2. So that means you're gonna have to have 3 hand traps to stop you. If not, then you're gonna have more cards to work with, which is not ideal for them because it makes it really obscure on how they interact with you. So you go into Chaos Ruler, they interact with the Chaos Ruler, they're like, oh okay, I'll just stop them here. That's like one of the main choke points. I mean, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It varies depending on your hand. But if they don't interact, then you get resources anyways, get stuff in your grave. And if they do interact, that's one hand trap less. And then you make 2 and an 8. That's Baron. And then they need to have 2 more hand traps to stop your speeder, because 1 to stop speeder and 1 to negate the Baron to let that initial interaction negate speeder. Does that make sense? But yeah, so that's why I'm thinking of playing this card as well. Just more copies of Destrudo. And then Mare, of course, posting pre replays is just really really good. Then Trail and Cyber Synchron. Like, you just need to play this. No Arriving Light in this build. Like, I'm aware of Master Duel. Everyone's played Arriving Light. But just consistency is like a huge thing for this deck. But I feel like you want to play competitively, like, you know, you kind of need to like minimize on those things. While like taking into account the intent of a particular card. Like, it's a brick, yes. But what does it do? What does it produce? You know? And it just gives you good options. It lets you extend. Then of course you play hand traps. I was playing hand traps. You're playing triple Nibiru because one of the best hand traps right now paired up with any of these. If you pair up Nibiru with Ogre, pair up Nibiru with Veiler, it's just amazing. And then of course Draw is for the adventure stuff. If they start for because most, like, if you open up this and this stops, like against Pranky, this is really good. It stops a lot of things. Like if they go adventure, Enchantress, you draw them. It shuts off the field spell. It shuts off the doodle do. They can't add. You know, it shuts off pranks. They can't shuffle. You know, they can't do that. It shuts off so many things. And then against like Flunder is so good. It is so good. Unless you get shifted, then okay, fair enough. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's basically for the Braves to stop the Griff from hitting the field and it lets this resolve, which is what I like. Because initially this was Ash. This is Ash Blossom because I was like, okay, well, Ash is a tuner, so it works better with Converter. But this is much more high impact for what I needed to do, and it has synergy with Junk Synchron and Stardust Synchron, because this Junk Synchron can revive this, tribute to Junk Synchron, special Stardust Synchron, make speeder, you know, which is really nice. Then of course you have, this is the change I was making. They should not have been this. Last minute I was like, let me play tactics because there's a lot of hand traps going around, and in theory it's meant to work, like it's meant to be good, but this was this before the event. This was this, and in the top 8 match, if these were initially this would have been better, because I opened one of these in my top 8 match, and if this was either of these, I would have won, because this stops the bow wall from adding back, and this basically you don't care about Butler. You have nukes, so that's fine. It can't be destroyed, you know. But or it could have been this, and I would have been in a tough spot. So we'll never know. But like this would have been either of these. But like the fact that, yeah, I was getting imperm Vaylord, and I think mid breaker would have been really, really good. But I guess in theory this is nice. Thank you, Harrison. Okay, and then we have, of course, the Synchro Overtake. One of the best support cards the deck has gotten recently in Daughter Majesty, which is amazing, man. It's just so good. And then of course I finally completed my secret rare freaking teleport. It just really looks, this is really nice. Thank you, Leon. And of course these are essentially the same thing. They're like, they kind of do a similar thing where, like, if you open up Doppel in this, it lets you do the Excel climb. You know, that's basically their purposes. If not, it's just an extender. Sometimes you can do some niche things with Doppel in this, and you make Q to pitch increase, and then special Jester make, you know, like search special, and then go Chaos Ruler that way, which is really nice. And that's what you want. You want to be able to be versatile enough to get to the same route with different card variation, which is good. It's consistency. And then of course you're playing reinforcements to the army. What the heck? This is supposed to be Fool's Burial, Stardust Illumination, of course, finally Monster Reborn. And if you've noticed, I'm not playing tunings, because it was a thing I carried over from Master Duel, because I was testing out the deck without tunings, and I didn't miss it at all. I didn't miss tuning at all. Like it was actually the yeah, because I was seeing myself opening up way too many synchrons, and I didn't want to happen anymore. I was like, yeah. I mean, you could play it. I mean, you could add it back in, go higher than 50. But like, I don't know. I just have this thing where like I don't want to go past 50. Like it's weird. Like you can. It's just like more. It's more of a soul, like a psyche thing where like I just don't want to. You know, it just feels like, I don't know. If like one card over will affect it. It's like what people believe to be the 40 card minimum. You know. But like it's different now. Like you're allowed to go over 40. You know. But yeah. The deck worked fine. I think I would just switch the talents back to what they were initially were meant to be, and I think that'd be fine. Then of course you have Gravity Collapses, side deck, right? When you go second, if you win die roll, and you resolve this, it's hard to lose, man. It's just hard to lose. Triple Evenly Matched, Red Reboot. Of course you have your Duster for going second. Droplets, of course, when you go second, it can spill the boards, and then of course more hand traps. You playing your Gamma. It's just high impact paired with Nibiru. It's just really, really strong. It's a consistency piece. It lets you do the play where you open up Dawnwalker. You can go effect Dawnwalker if they stop that. Okay, it's fine. Teleport into this. Make Baron, Junk, Summon, Special, you know? So they're going to need to have multiple hand traps to interact with that, which is really nice. What I like about the Gamma. You could main deck it. There's some just argument you can, but debate about that, but I just rather not. This seems kind of weird. And then you have the extra deck, right? You have the extra deck. So you have Shaman, Meta Marcher, Cupid Pitch, Herald, Excel Synchron. One of the best. Oh, this is so good. Junk Speeder, Junk Warrior, TG Hyper Librarian, and then like your little climbs, right? More climbs. Yazi, amazing post Nibiru play. Omega, Crystal Wing, Chaos Ruler, and Hot Rod Dragon Archfiend Abyss. And I was borrowing a Baron. Thank you, Yatsen. It was Baron's just insane. Like the Destrudo play I was talking to you about. It's just so good. It just applies so much pressure. It's amazing. But yeah, that's the list. It worked fine. Like hand traps seem fine. Like it seemed fine. And that's basically it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.